Hi everyone, Brian Moore here again, and thanks for tuning in. In this episode, I'm going to offer up my thoughts and ideas on what you can do when you can't find your swing, when it just doesn't feel right and you're struggling. And this has happened to everybody, I'm sure, and it even happens to the pros on television. And what you need to have is what I like to call a lifeboat swing. It's sort of a backup swing that you have when your ship is going down, and it will get you back to land safely. So one thing you want to do is try to resist the urge to start trying a whole bunch of different things, where you start trying one swing on this hole, then a different swing on the next hole. That usually does more harm than it does good. Instead, what you really need to do is just clear your mind and focus on making solid contact. Now, I know that clearing your mind is a hard thing to do when the wheels are coming off, but making solid contact is probably the most important element to hitting quality shots. And to me, it's probably the most overlooked and underrated thing, because almost nobody thinks about solid contact. We just take it for granted. And if you stop to think about it, you probably don't hit a whole lot of really, really bad shots when you strike the ball pure right in the center of the club face. But I'll bet your very worst shots come when you severely mishit it. So center contact is probably the most important thing. Now, couple adjustments we can make here that will make solid contact a little bit easier and get you around the course. So number one, we want to grip down on the club. Okay, I'm going down here as much as an inch maybe. With a shorter club, it's going to be a little bit easier to hit the center of the club face. Number two, we're going to make about what feels to be about a 3/4 back, 3/4 through swing. So if I were to set up here and I was standing inside of a giant clock and my head was 12 and the ball down here was 6, I'd want to feel like my left arm goes back to about 9 o'clock or roughly level to the ground. Now, chances are it's probably going to go back a little bit further than this because momentum will take it back. But then coming through, I want to feel like I go about 3/4 through or so. You know, my arms are maybe just a little bit past parallel to the ground here. And you also want to take some of the speed off. I would say maybe swing 75 to 80% of your normal effort. Now, I know that shortening your swing, gripping down, and sort of lowering the speed would give you the feel that you're not going to be able to hit the ball far enough. But I think you'll be surprised at how far the ball really does go when you hit it solid using that method. And the reason you want to do these things here is you want to shorten up your swing, because usually we lose our swings when our arms and body get out of sync. Sometimes the arms tend to run away too far in the backswing and we have a difficult time reconnecting them on the way down. So just shortening them up a little bit will help blend your arm swing and your body turn together a little bit better. Also, if you have a predominant shot pattern, allow for it. You know, if you find that you're slicing the ball that day, don't fight it, play for it. Okay, it's just much easier to let the ball do what it wants to do rather than you trying to fight it on every swing. So hopefully those few simple adjustments there will help get you to the house and stop the hemorrhaging. So till next time, thanks very much for tuning in.